Hey there, welcome to another edition of Find Your Flow. My name is Kate Mosher, my pronouns are she and her, and I'm so glad you're here. For today's class, we're going to be on the floor and moving up to standing, and you can grab all of the props that you think you might need. You never know when you want to use them. So go ahead and gather those up. And then when you are ready, we will get started in a comfortable seat. I've got my bolster under my booty here, so my body is supported and feeling pretty good with this support. You may want to pick up your butt, pick up your butt and move a little flesh out of the way, but that is up to you. However you want to shake it out. This is Find Your Flow, so you do you. I'll offer some ideas. You'll see if you like them, and we'll go from there. Cool? Cool. From the comfortable seat, sit up tall, stack those vertebrae one on top of the other. You know what? I don't know why we say that, because they are stacked. Like, that's how they come. Even if we have some uniqueness to our spinal columns, the vertebrae kind of like go in a line-ish. So when we say stack our vertebrae, it's not like we can really do that. So that's really interesting, but whatever. Sometimes you learn things or you hear things as a teacher, yoga teacher or otherwise, and you repeat them, and then you don't really question them until they come out of your mouth. Like I just did here on this video in Find Your Flow. Proof that we can find our flow wherever we go. You can look down at the floor or close your eyes, shoulders back and down, hands resting on your knees or your thighs. Take a hot minute to just be here right now in your practice. Breathe, do the adjustments, put the to-do list at the back of your mind, or shred it up, invisibly. And just be here right now. If your eyes are closed, you can slowly blink them open. Let's get started. We're going to start in child's pose, so don't cringe when I say it. Part of Find Your Flow is to find your flow, to find your way to be in child's pose. So I'm going to offer one option for you today. Play around with it and see if it works. And if it doesn't, keep playing with it, because I'm sure we can find some way for you to be in child's pose. Remembering that the way we see yoga portrayed on Instagram is not usually the way yoga looks in the world. So I've got two pillows here, my smaller pillow on the bottom. I'm going to put my bolster on top. My mat is pretty cushy, so I don't think I need anything under my knees. But if you're on the floor or you have a thinner mat, or you like that extra oomph on your knees, go ahead and put a blanket under your knees. I'm going to put my blanket at the top of my bolster situation. I'm just going to put my blocks to the side. I don't know if I'll use them, but they're there if I need them. Then I'm going to get really friendly with my bolster here, straddling it between my legs. I'm going to put my hands forward and begin to walk my hands to the end of my bolster and then bring my torso down so that my chest is resting on my bolster. Now you see my head is hanging off a little bit, so maybe I got a little too friendly with my bolster here, so I'll have to jiggle around. And then I'm going to find a resting place for my head so that I can get comfortable here. You'll see my knees are bent, but I'm not sitting back on them. I've got my hands resting on either side. Here's a place you could put your blocks if you like. Either side of your bolster. And put your arms on there. And breathe. Allow yourself to just settle in here and see how it feels for you. And close your eyes. Find a soft breeze. I didn't like that cheek or anything, and then my head forward. And breathing. Allowing my top to support me. And just being here in this moment. When you're ready, you can begin to push back up. Coming off that bolster a little bit, getting a little less friendly with it. We're gonna move into our cat-cow now. So you may want to move your pillows out of the way. If you had your knees on your blanket, you're probably gonna keep liking that for this. I'm gonna add my blanket just to see how much more cozy and comfy I can feel. And I'm gonna actually move my extra props off my mat entirely because make space for all the things to come. So I'm going to come to my tabletop position here. My hands are on my mat. If this doesn't feel yummy on your wrists, options are to add a little bit more space between you and the floor with your blocks. You can also fold your mat forward to add that extra push. Tucking our toes can help make us feel a little bit more stable here. And then just begin to wiggle your booty side to side. Yeah, side to side. Maybe you want to make a little booty circle. Maybe you want to reverse your booty circle. Find your flow. And then pause, coming to center. And begin to round your spine, tuck your chin, let your head hang heavy, coming into cat. And then tilting your pelvis back, chest forward, gaze lifts, cow. So go through these motions with intention. Use this as an opportunity to figure out how your body is feeling. You even inquire within as to what you need this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever time it is in your world right now. Using your breath to anchor you down, keeping you present in your practice. And come back to center. Give your booty a little wiggle. And then when you're ready, you can take those blocks out if you were using them. Take your blanket out if you were using it. And you can place all of that stuff off to the side. Just make sure it's somewhere that you can still reach when the time comes once again that you need it. And then we're going to make our way down to the mat so that our whole front of our body is on the front of the mat. So you can stack your forearms here and let your head rest on your forearms. You can have your arms at your side. Sometimes I like to get a block. See if I can have them handy. And place it on my forehead. Just gonna stay here for a moment. Didn't love that after all. And then we're gonna move into locust. So go ahead and extend your arms to your sides. You can bring your feet as close together as is comfortable. Because of my ample bosom, it's hard for me to come all the way down to the floor. And that's okay, maybe that's the case with you, but I do try to keep my neck in line with the rest of my spine so that I'm not straining. So for locust, we're lifting up. We're really using our quads, our booty, our core to lift us up off the mat. So practice before you lift, just engaging your thighs, your booty, your belly. Remember, this is not a sucking in, it's an engagement. So it's working with your muscles to help you be supported and strong and stable. So for locust, we're lifting our shoulders up, our arms up, our feet up off the mat. So the engagement really helps with that. So when you are ready to lift up, go ahead, engage, and begin to lift. Your gaze can come forward. You'll see my palms are facing up towards the sky. The tops of my feet, where my shoelaces would be, are facing the floor. And I'm just finding a way to be in my locust, just as I am. And let it all go. Maybe like that stacking action, and let your head rest for a moment. Rest your chin. Whatever feels good. Whatever feels supportive. And just notice what bubbles up for you in your practice as you move through finding your flow. I'm going to come back, not back. I'm going to come into Cobra. So bring your elbows to your sides, your hands under your shoulders, and zip those legs up again. So that means bringing your feet closer together and engaging the leg muscles. Cobra is lifting our chest up off the mat, so we're not lifting up our feet, we're lifting up our chest. And our hands are on the mat for support and stability. But it's not like a push-up. We're not pushing into the mat with our hands. Just resting our hands on the mat. Keeping your head in line with the rest of your body, so you're not straining your neck. And we're not lifting with our neck either. We're really using this as an opportunity to be in conversation with our body. So I want my core to help me, and my back muscles to help me lift my chest up off the mat. So even just thinking about it that way, like, okay, these are the muscles I want to be using to help me to do this posture. How can I be in communication with those muscles? So when you're ready, begin to lift your chest up off the mat. Your gaze comes forward, pausing here. You're going to bring your booty together a little bit. Feet are on the floor. And then when you're ready, lower back down. Resting that head or that chin. Breathing. Okay. We're going to move into our up dog, which is sometimes not my favorite when teachers offer it in class. But we're going to give it a try here. I like to have my blocks at my sides for this. It helps bring the floor closer to me. So I'm going to bring my blocks about shoulder height. I've got my hands on my blocks, my palms on my blocks, and my fingers are hanging off. I'm going to press up with my booty and my quads, and then I'm going to send my booty back. So this is my version of up dog for today. You may have seen it in other ways, on other days. This is the one I like that feels really good to my body. Remembering that yoga, the practice of yoga, isn't how it looks. It's how it feels in your body. And when you're ready, you can find your way back to that tabletop position. Use those blocks once again. Maybe you want to get the blanket under your feet again. And then just find that cat-cow flow for you right now. And come on back to center. I'm going to move our blocks over to the left hand side of our mat. Pressing into our blocks, we're going to swing that right foot up so that you're bending at the knee. And we're going to frame out that right foot with our blocks. I'm going to bring my blocks to the highest setting, making little tents with your hands here, and finding your version of low lunge. Breathing, making space. If you want more sensation here, you can come up higher, hands to hips, hands to the sky, whatever you need to do to feel supported in your flow. Sometimes it can feel really powerful to lift your hands up in this pose of gratitude, of power. Sometimes it feels good to have your hands on your hips, and it takes more of a proud stance. Maybe it doesn't feel like that in your body at all. You tell me. Lovely. Come on back to those blocks, bringing those blocks over to the left side of your mat once again. Heel toe that foot back, swing it around. Blocks come over to the right side this time. Swing that left foot over, hike up those leggings. You know they're falling down a little bit if you're wearing them. Frame out that left foot. Tucking those back toes if you wish, or not. Staying right here. We're finding whatever low lunge you need today. The balance of effort and ease comes in the breath. It comes in the listening to what our bodies need. It comes in the allowing for what is. When you're ready, bring those hands back down to the blocks. Blocks come over to the right side, heel toe, swing around. Lovely. I'm going to turn towards you. I'm going to come up on my knees. Pause here. You can stay where you are. You can turn too, but then you won't be able to see me, so you can decide what you'd like to do. We're going to flatten the top of our left foot on the floor, so the top of the area of your foot where your laces would be if you were wearing shoes are on the floor. Then we're going to widen out with our right leg, and then begin to just extend that right leg along the mat. My right foot is still on the mat. My knee is soft but strong. I'm going to walk my blocks up a little closer to my thigh. I'm going to stay right here for a moment just to make sure that I feel stable. You may also want to tuck those back left toes if you wish. And I'm going to go ahead and slide that block in my left hand towards the left side of my mat now, pressing into the block with the palm of my hand, inhaling my right arm up to the sky. Gaze comes to your hand. Hand can also be on the hip. And I'm going to find my way into my side plank here. Pressing into the floor with your right foot and breathing. Noticing how this feels along the right side of your body. And when you're ready, lower that right hand down. Walk that block towards your left thigh. Bring that left foot, knee, leg back. And then grab that block in your right hand. Grab a block in your left. Press into the blocks. Extend that left foot long, left foot on the mat still. Bringing that right hand out to the side. Palm is on that block. Inhaling. Left arm this time comes up to the sky. Gaze can be at the hand, forward, down at the floor. Whatever feels good for you in your body today. Lovely. When you're ready, bring that left arm back down. You can walk that leg back first, bringing that block, and coming up on your knees once again. I'm going to turn back to the side and move back in to my tabletop. You guessed it. Hands come to blocks for me. Find that cat-cow for a couple of rounds of flow here. And when you're ready, tuck your toes. We're going to send our booty up toward the sky, finding our way into our down dog. You may want to widen your stance here. Wiggle your booty. I'm going to bring my hands out a little bit wider. Bend into the knees here. Breathe. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands towards your feet towards your hands. Inhale all the way up to the sky. And then find your way into your mountain pose. Move those out of the way. Breathe. Now we're up to our standing here. I've still got my blocks with me. We're going to move on to a half sun salute flow. So I'm going to widen my feet a little bit for when I do my forward folds. I got my blocks here in case I want them. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Gaze at your palms. Palms turn forward. Hinge at the hips, bend at the knee. Bring that hands to the belly. Compress as you come forward into your forward fold. Hands come to blocks, floor, shins, feet. Head hangs heavy here. Inhale, flat back, gaze lifts. Pause. Exhale, forward fold. Press into the feet, bend your knees, sweep your arms up all the way to the sky. Beautiful. Palms come forward, exhale, and down. We're going to do that 3 more times. You can go at your own pace or you can follow along with me. Press into your feet, inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, palms come forward, hinge at the hips, bend at the knee, hands to belly, forward fold, head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift, gaze lifts, exhale, fold, press into the feet, bend at the knees, inhale, sweep up to the sky, palms come together, exhale, heart center. Inhale, exhale, inhale, arms sweep up to the sky, palms forward, hinge at the hips, bend at the knee, compression on the belly, forward fold, head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift, gaze forward, exhale, fold, press into the feet, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, palms come together, exhale, heart center. One more time. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Palms forward, hinge at the hips, bend at the knee. Hands come to belly as you fold forward. Hands to blocks, head hangs heavy. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Palms come together. Exhale. Hands at heart center. Bring your hands back down to the side. Breathe. With your legs out wide, heel toe your feet out a little bit wider. Inhale your arms out, opposite sides of your space. Splay those fingers wide. Smile if you wish. Gaze up to the sky. Be the 5-pointed star that you are. Find your flow. Breathe here, shoulders back and down. Just breathe in this posture. Breathe in the sensations in your body. Breathe it in. You can't bottle it up, but you can come back to your mat tomorrow. Exhale, let your arms float all the way back down to your sides. Heel toe your feet back together. Find that mountain once again. Settling in. See up. Soft knees, shoulders back and down. Breathe. Notice. Make space. Allow. If you like, you can bring your hands to your heart and you can keep them at your sides. It's an honor and a privilege to come into your space and share the practice of yoga with you. So thank you for saying yes. I honor the place in you where your humanity dwells, a place that is filled with love, truth, peace, justice, equity, and community. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, together we are connected at Heart Center. Thanks for being here. I'm Kate Mosher, she, her, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, friend.